Excellent. Kevin.
Hello, how are you?
I'm wicked, man. We finally got you.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming.
It has.
But some quite hard to track down sometimes.
You're very elusive or busy.
Yeah.
You just come back off, is it a tour?
I've just done a tour of a thing called Punk Off.
Okay.
Which is brand new.
Uh-huh.
A lot of fun. About the beginnings of punk and new wave in the UK. And it was written and produced by a friend of mine called Jed Graham, who I was in bands with years and years ago. Sorry, it's a bit of a long story, but
yeah.
Jed and I were in a band called The Borderline, which was an Irish show band. And we played every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights in Manchester and around the northwest. And the reason for that is we just wanted to learn to play live.
Yeah.
And it was that dreadful time when it was all Stock Aitken and Walkman.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was no guitar bands, and I just did anything to. I went out of my way to find guitar music, and this was a show band. It was Irish tunes with a bit of country, and it was brilliant. And it was at the height of my Coronation Street fame.
Yeah.
So all my colleagues were being photographed in headlocks by bouncers outside Stringfellows in London.
Yeah.
I was just I was playing the bass, the anonymous bass player. It was never billed. It had nothing to do with Coronation Street, Curly Watts, or anything else.
Did people recognise you?
Well, this is it. It was a brilliant kind of secret that Manchester kept.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who the bass player is?
Yeah. He looks familiar, he does.
But it was never billed.
Yeah.
Never billed.
Yeah.
And Jed and I played in this band for 3-4 years every weekend, and I just absolutely adored it because we were playing live. I was getting a skill.
Yeah.
To see, because Jeddy's like really good at this sort of thing, and there was 5 of us in that band, and we played for years. And then I went on to do other things, obviously, and then Jed went into production, and his biggest show is a thing called Seven Drunken Nights, which is a story of the Dubliners.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
And we used to follow each other around the country.
Yeah.
So I'd be in one theatre, and then he'd be in the theatre and things. And then I said to him, we're going to have to work together sooner or later. And then he came up with this show, and he rang me up and said, I've got this show about the beginning of punk, and it's when I need you to narrate it. I said, because it's got to be a Manchester bloke, 60-odd, fed up with the music, and just to retell the tale of how it started. So, and it was very close to our Jed's and I experience of Manchester in the 70s and 80s, music-wise. And so we put this show together, and it was an absolutely massive success.
Wow.
We played, we were packed wherever we went, and it was a really strange mixture of people. We had the kind of old punks with their kids, we had young kids who'd never seen punk. We had one bloke who came in, and he came at the interval and said, I'm loving the show. I brought my grandson, but I've got to go because I've got my tag on. I've got to be indoors by 10 o'clock. It's proper punk.
Wow.
And we just played all these places.
What did you play in there?
I played the guitar, and I played the narrator. So I was telling the tale of how, for example, when the Sex Pistols played in Manchester in 1976, they played the Free Trade Hall, and there's only 40 in the audience.
Whoa.
But in the audience was Tony Wilson, Marky Smith, Ian Curtis, Morrissey,
flipping it,
Mick Hucknall for some reason. And the nucleus of those people changed everything because they saw that gig. Yeah. And Tony Wilson, obviously, he did Factory Records. So if it wasn't for Factory, if it wasn't for that gig, he wouldn't have done Factory Records.
We wouldn't have had Oasis.
No Happy Mondays. No Oasis. No The Smiths. And no Simply Red, which is a bonus or not a bonus, depending on how you look at it.
What happened to Mick Hucknall?
I don't know, he's a red. I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
you're 100% blue, by the way. That's something I've never forgotten. Yeah,
absolutely.
I know that.
So that's what the show was about, and then it was interspersed with really good rock punk songs.
And were you actually playing?
I played. Well? I did. I ended up doing. I did My Way.
Oh wow!
With the full punk version, we did God Save the Queen.
Wicked.
And I think I finished the show with 246 Motorway. 2468 motorway, and a massive success. It's booked again for next year.
I can imagine. Definitely going to come and see
because
you.
the theatres loved it.
Yeah,
because they were getting a kind of new audience in.
Yeah, they're getting new blood,
and it was packed.
And you did your old Dominion Theatre.
We did the Dominion,
where you played for years, right?
Which was rammed.
Yeah,
absolutely. Wow. We played Manchester, the Bridgewater Hall, which was odd because the places I was talking about were about 300 yards away.
Yeah,
and you couldn't get a Rizzler paper in that place. It was rammed.
Wow. I mean, that must feel great.
It was great, and it was an experience because we were doing one-nighters, which I've never done before. So we had a tour bus.
Oh wow!
Right, which it lends itself to the actual gig.
That proper big
massive
American
thing.
style?
Yeah,
wow.
Everyone was in bunks and a no poo loo.
Yeah. If you're gonna poo, did the service this?
Well, we couldn't stay. It was it was next. It was an interesting experience, but a great cast and crew all on the bus.
Wow.
And it was a wonderful experience.
Sounds like you really enjoyed it.
I did.
A lot of people don't realise that you're actually a musician before you were an actor.
Well, that was it. And this is partly what that show was about. It was about the punk revolution in '74, around there. Was the fact that it wasn't just music. It was everything. It was like get off your ass and do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And and a very 14 years of age, I was sat in Johnny Marr's bedroom.
From the Smiths, by the way.
Yeah. Johnny's still a mate to this day.
Yeah.
And he was playing, which I realised it was a weird one. I knew I was witnessing something.
He had that X factor.
Something amazing, but I didn't. I didn't know what it was. But when the hairs on the back of your neck, I'm going, what is going on? Because Johnny was playing. I thought something's happening here, and I don't know what it was. It was like probably if you'd seen the Beatles early on or something. Yeah. It was like, what is this? Brilliant, and he was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I said, I thought, and because we'd seen the punk thing and Get Up and Have a Go. And when you turned on our local TV, was like Granada Reports, which was the local news thing, and you'd see people you knew. More importantly, you'd see people from your area.
Oh, wow.
Where nobody did anything. It was rough.
Yeah.
And they were doing stuff, like they were being actors and writers and filmmakers and poets.
It was a creative hub at that time.
It just happened, mate. It was proper revolution. So people go, right, I know I want it. So the thing is, if you want to walk down the street in a bin bag, with a pin through your ear, you can. Or if you want to create a piece of music, you can. If you want to do poetry, you can. If you want to make a film, you can. And that's what the essence of that was. So to go back to your original question, I was I was in all that. I wanted to do all that stuff. I didn't know what exactly.
But was it performing?
I wanted to perform. I kind of drifted away from the music. I think probably when I saw Johnny play, I thought, well, you've got to be that good. Maybe I'll go do something else. So at the age of 18, I got into a drama school, which was very, very prestigious, and it only took about 20 people a year, and they auditioned thousands. Yeah, and I got in at the age of 18. Right, so a kid from Withers.
That was quite an achievement. I've read about it in your book. You got a book out, by the way, which I'll put a link to.
It was that was amazing.
Was that the start of your journey into kind of
very much so?
Yeah, being a professional performer.
And then the thing is, with to go back to Johnny, about less than 5 years later, I was at the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield doing Hamlet, and Johnny was across the road with the Smiths. Yeah. So I went. I finished the show and I went across to see him, and then we looked at each other and goes, "This is mad, isn't it?" This is like 5 years ago. We sat in your bedroom. I'm there. You're here.
Mad.
It was crazy.
What was it like for you later on when obviously you became quite well known in Coronation Street? I've always wondered what it's like when you lose your anonymity for a TV show, because back then there was only 4 channels. Yeah. So you probably couldn't get more than 5 minutes walk without someone saying...
It was about 20... When all that happened, I was about 22, 23.
Like proper fame.
And I loved it. You know, a lot of people go, oh, I thought it was great, because I was young, single, had some money.
Oh, it's not bad.
So I was having a...
Where do I sign? I'll take it.
I was having a great time. Yeah. And it certainly wasn't the pressures of the fame and all that led to what happened later on. I mean, I loved it. I embraced it all. I mean, it was weird and it was strange.
Come and meet Auntie Milty. She likes you.
But
all right, click.
But it's been all my adult life, really.
Yeah. But that must get tiring.
Now I just,
You're going to go out for a meal with your missus or something.
Yeah, but it happens. Yeah, I mean, when my children were little, they thought I knew everyone in the world because everyone said hello.
I like
so
that.
My kids just thought, Daddy knows everybody.
I like that.
And which is the way they see it. And, and I think that's probably the best way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because there's a really cute way of looking at fame, and it was brilliant. So, as I say, what happened later with my problems with alcohol, drugs, and so forth, that absolutely nothing.
So it had nothing to do with the fame, because people think, you become famous. Amy Winehouse.
It would have happened to me whether I was whatever job I was doing, whether I was a milkman or working in a factory or whatever, teacher, airline pilot, whatever. It would have happened to me. It's just being famous and having the means and the dough and the money. We just sped up the process.
Yeah. And the fame made it more public.
It just happened, absolutely. But it happened a lot quicker, I think, which is a blessing. It happened a lot quicker than it would have if I'd have been in a normal, a lesser paying job, I think. So, and that's good.
Yeah.
Because that means I kind of got it out of my system before I was 40.
So how many years have you been clean and sober now?
I think it's 25 now,
Wow.
26.
That's a lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very odd. I mean, looking back at it, it's like it's a different bloke, it's a different life.
That's great.
Um,
and that's inspirational. Because as you say, the things probably sped up a lot quicker because of your circumstance.
Yeah.
And other people might be going through exactly the same thing, quickly or slowly, but because they're not famous, they're not in the papers, and they're suffering silently.
Yeah.
But there is help available.
Yes.
But the thing is, people don't ask.
Well, it's getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, 25 years ago, it was pretty public. And I went to the rehab, and I went to the Priory, which everyone seems to have a bit of an opinion about. But believe me, the Priory is one of the toughest places you can go because they don't mess about.
Yeah. Is that?
And if someone says, "I went to the Priory, it was like a hotel," then you're not doing it right.
Right.
Because it was hard going.
Yeah.
And the people I had around me were brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
No.
I hated it. I hated meetings at the beginning.
Did you realise it was something you had to do to get through it?
Well, that was people. Funny enough, a lot of journals go, "What was your lowest point?" Thinking, I'm going to tell them some tale of drunken debauchery, but actually, my lowest point in the whole thing is when I realised the game was up. I was bereft because
it just wasn't a solution for you anymore.
No, because it was my best friend.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved it, and I loved not so much the drugs. The drugs were. I could take it or leave it. I just use that if I drank too much.
Yeah.
I need to straighten myself up so I can drink more. My drug of choice was more. Drugs were so when the time came, and it was horrible because I had to lose my best friend, which was booze. That was hard, but the drugs, I just went, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky in that way that the coke and all that and marijuana just didn't interest me. It wasn't my bag. It was there.
Literally not your bag.
No, it wasn't. I mean, coke was very nice because that straightened me up and I could drink more. But to give it up, and this is absolutely honest, I thought, it's all right.
Yeah.
But booze was a different story.
Well, also because it's kind of socially acceptable and was, especially back in 20 years ago. Yeah. If you didn't drink, it was like, what kind of a man are you? You're not having a pint, or you're having a baby sham.
Well, that was it. I mean, the culture in the 70s and 80s, everyone went to the pub. If you went to university, you spent the first year drunk. That was the plan.
Yeah.
And then you knuckled down and did your second year and your third year.
Yeah.
I didn't. I went to drama school for 3 years and stayed drunk for 3 years, as a lot of us did.
Yeah. Wow.
And in the industry I was going into, drinking was huge.
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah, everyone drank.
I worked in an office in '88, and there was a bar on site. Yeah, there was a canteen and a bar. Yeah, and people would just go in and have a couple of pints at lunch. That was acceptable.
When I was in the West End at the age of 20, I don't know, 20, 21. I was nocturnal. I'd do my show that was finished by 10:10.
Yeah.
I was in the pub, and then I'd go to in those days they had drinking clubs. There was one called Macready's
I've heard of
up on the on Tottenham Court Road, and you go in there and you'd see the O'Toole's and over there, Harris over there. And
wow.
everyone was drinking, and it was like a speakeasy, like,
jeez.
and everyone just drank, and then I'd drink till 3 a.m, fall down, go home, sleep till 12, get up and do the show again, and that was it.
And that was showbiz.
That was just the way it did. It's very different now, very, very different now.
Really,
people all the casts I've worked with, are very disciplined.
Yeah,
very disciplined.
Well, more professional. Probably.
Professional. Yeah. They love a drink. They're 18 now. I work with a lot of young casts, and they love a drink when it's the right time.
Yeah,
they're very adult.
Finished.
They're adult about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they like to go out and have a good time and get drunk, and now and again. But when it comes to work, they're really bang on it.
And how do you find your downtime when you're on tour? After the show, everyone else get on the bus, has a shandy, whatever. Yeah. Do you just retire and read a book, and does it not even bother you, or can you join in with them and chat in and that?
It doesn't. Touch wood. It doesn't bother me that much now. I mean, if they're having a party for someone's birthday, they go to the pub after. I'll go in and I'll. I don't drink Coca-Cola. I drink water. I love water, so I'll go in and have a water, and I'll say, happy birthday, what have you, and 20 minutes later, I'll go. Because it's
boring just sitting around.
It's just not for me. I've been abroad with Cass, and we've had a day out. Well, we've gone. We've been in the Caribbean, and we're going, right, we'll hire a catamaran for the day. Yeah. So I'm there with 20 young people, and they're having a great time. They're getting drunk and falling off the boat, and I'm having a good time because I'm in a catamaran. It's like, the
you're actually enjoying the moment.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But I wouldn't go. That's different. But I wouldn't be going to a nightclub or anything.
No, that's interesting. But also, your other half, Claire, she's a real recovery firebrand.
Oh, she's a genius.
And I mean, she's amazing. And, it was quite surprised me that we lived not far away from each other for quite a number of years, and I didn't know Claire at that time. But, it must help with your sobriety if she's also a sober person.
We're around it a lot. We've got the charity hub in Kennedy Street hub.
Yeah,
and we're around it all the time, and we discuss it, and we still do meetings and what have you, and we try to help people in the hub. So we're around it. We're very aware of it. When I'm on tour around the world, I mean, I've been to some mad. I went to one in Miami. There was a meeting, bikers in recovery.
Wow!
So I went to this place, and they had the big cogs, the big
So
Harley Davidson outside, and there's guys in there with the bandanas on and the tear tattoo,
Wow!
And they're all
proper rough,
and they're all kind of in recovery,
Wow!
So, and that was cool.
And
I get to meetings where I can, wherever, all around the world, and but I've got to be honest, I very rarely crosses my mind about drink.
Especially after 25 years, I suppose. Yeah. Why would it?
I think about it when I have to think about it. And I lived on a ship for a year. I was on a cruise ship, which is like a floating gin palace.
And
it's
like 10 bars in there or something.
Yeah, but it just never. I don't want that back again.
Yeah, it's just the misery.
I can't be doing with it. Yeah. And I see it. We're on. I've been on tour all around the UK and into Northern Ireland. And some of the places we played weren't the most wealthy places. The whole country stinks of marijuana and despair sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's good enough for him. You don't need a meeting. You just go out on you come out of the gig and you just look at what's going on. You think, do I really? Yeah. Do I want this? No.
It's misery, isn't it?
Oh, total misery.
Yeah. Do you find the cast you work with abroad, are they how are they different to the UK? Are they less professional, more professional?
No, they're all of a standard, As I say, they are very much more, they're a lot different from when I was 18, 19, because, we drink an awful lot. Yeah. The casts that I've worked with, they're very professional, very dedicated, and they're on it, they really have that. I think it's because the profession's got harder. think
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who want to do it, and there's not a lot of people doing it.
Yeah, not many spots
No,
come up.
There's not,
so you've
there's
got to
not
be on
much
your A
out
game,
there.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been very, touch wood, very
Yeah.
lucky. I mean, I've spent 20 years on the television and 20 years on the boards, basically, which I loved. I mean, I was trained as a theatre actor anyway at the beginning. TV was a nice, that if it happens, it's nice. So.
Is it quite an easy money as an acting gig? Because are you picked up to this taken to the studio, brought home, or is it long hours?
It's a different skill. It's for camera. It's all very small.
Yeah.
It's one eye and
Yeah.
theatre's huge.
Yeah, you project yourself.
Yeah,
don't
because
you?
you got so it's a different skill set. Which I really enjoy doing. And it's a great thing to work on. I enjoy working on film. Theatre though is scary as hell, but it's the best drug in the world.
I bet.
It's the best drug in the world when you've come off the stage and you just like
And you had the whole place.
Yeah.
I went to the Teenage Cancer Trust on Tuesday night at Royal Albert Hall, and so some new comics. A couple of them. One lady was from Brighton actually, and I thought the feeling you must get
a buzz
when you make the place raw.
Yeah.
And they want more.
Oh, it's incredible.
That's better than the best shot of anything.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when I was at the height of my fame, especially on stage as much, but I chased that feeling. You'd finish the show and you chase it. You go, I want that. I want that to keep going. So you go to this. You go to the pub and you try to get that
and
going.
all the birds going, oh my God, that's
and then
Kevin.
you go,
You're like,
all right, you need to go to a club and we'll get that going. We gotta keep it going. Towards when I was in the West End doing We Will Rock You, for example, Friday night at the Dominion, the place was absolutely jumping. And I would take that applause. There'd be 2,000 people adoringly clapping, and I'd love it. And I'd take that, and that's brilliant. 25 minutes later, I'm back on the train going to Brighton. And
on the train?
Yeah, and I'd go home. And
That's so humble.
And I go, I've had that. I've had that now.
I've had a taste of it.
Yeah.
Back to the family now.
And
back to the girls.
And that's great. But I could never get that before. I never understood
Yeah.
what that was about. I know. But
That's amazing. Man.
I just love that. I just get all that. Yeah, I'll take all this. I've worked hard for 2 hours for this. And then an hour later, I'm on the train and I've gone, that's cool.
And you could wind down
That's it.
after that.
That's fine.
Oh, that's
Whereas before, I'd be chasing that
you need
gig.
to keep the adrenaline
But
going.
addicts do, I mean, they'll go, I'm fed up with this party. I want to go to that party there.
There's a better one there.
Yeah, I want to go. I'm fed up with this pub. I want to go there.
Yeah.
Always chasing. Whereas with the theatre, I didn't do that anymore. I just enjoyed it. And the thing is, with the latest tour I've done on the tour bus, literally 10 minutes later, I'd be having a cup of tea on my bus.
In your bunk,
watching a bit of telly.
Yeah, nice.
Have a cup of tea, watch the news, get into bed, and go to sleep, and wake up at the next venue.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Yeah.
And so, how did the Kennedy Street recovery come about?
Well, it all came 25 years ago when 26, whatever it was, when I first, Claire and I sort of put our first foot on this journey, because she's been sober longer than I have.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, she's about 26 years. So
Okay.
she was 6 months before I did. But we were looking for help or looking... And we didn't, and there was nothing there. There was because it's so shame based.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
No one wants to.
One of them.
Yeah, no one wants to admit to being an addict. So to find help was difficult. What was there, but it was difficult to source. So we had this idea, and Kennedy Street was just an idea in the ether, really, for a long time. Then we went to America, and we saw the clubhouses they had.
Yeah.
And we had the idea of, we'll have a dry bar. Okay. So that was floating for a while. Then we realised that really that wasn't going to work.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of dry bars out there. Some work, some don't.
Yeah.
And then... Kennedy Street, as I said, was just an idea. And then the pandemic came along, and just before that happened, we got funding for a helpline.
Oh, wow.
And literally the week before everything went to crap.
Yeah.
So we got funding for that, and the helpline through the pandemic was going crazy. And then Brighton Council gave us the hub that we
that's
have
right.
now,
That's down near
opposite St. Peter's.
Church. Yeah,
and it is. It's very good. It's a roaring success because it's a non-judgmental area. You know, we're not affiliated to AA or any of the fellowships. It's not about that. Although we do promote them, we say this is where you need to go.
Oh, that's good. So it's like a signpost.
We signpost everything. Yeah. We try to help people to get into recovery. Where they might have to go to rehab, we try and source rehabs that are free.
Everything. That's great work you're doing.
Yeah, well, it does well, you know, and then we just everything starts with a cup of tea, you know.
Yeah.
And
it does.
And everyone in there is in all our volunteers are in recovery.
Yeah, we had a couple on the show.
And that's you know, because people come in and we can say, look, you can tell us anything because we've all been there. You know, all these people in here are in recovery. As I say, it's a non-judgmental, it's a safe space.
Yeah.
So to come in and fortunately it's doing good, and unfortunately it's doing good stuff, you know, because obviously, you know, it'd be great if we didn't have anyone coming through the door.
Of course, yeah.
But that's not
and
the
Brighton
case.
Needs it because this
Brighton's
is
got a lot of
and a stick
problems.
down.
Yeah.
And some people don't have an off switch.
No.
So amazing. And so when you, after the issues happened, I won't go into all the details, I'm sure everyone knows the kind of story. How did you find, you know, getting on your feet again, getting back into getting your acting chops back?
Well, I didn't do anything for 6 months. I just did what I was told.
Right.
And I was told that you need to batter the meetings. So at that point I was quite, because I knew that I couldn't go forward and I couldn't go backward, and I needed to do what was suggested. So all right. So I used to do meetings on a Sunday night, a meeting on a Monday night, a meeting on a Wednesday night, unless City were at home, and then I go to the game, and I go to a meeting on the Thursday, then one on the Friday, and I did. So
you were just
battering the meetings back. So I needed, and I hated them.
Yeah.
I hate it. I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to be in the meetings. At the beginning, I really,
especially because people knew what happened.
Well, it wasn't that. I just didn't, because I know I was separated from my drink, and these people, you know, and they were very, you know, but I just went. I just kept. It was really slow. I just keep going, going, because I knew I couldn't drink anymore. That game was over. I knew that. That was my rock bottom, because I thought I can't drink. You know, it's that jumping off point. Can't live with it. Can't live without it. But I thought I've just got to keep going, and I did. And eventually, you know, the penny started to drop, and I started to really listen to what people were talking about.
Did they support you, Granada?
Yes, they sent me to.
Did they?
They saved my life. Really, they sent me to. They could have just said, right, no, sack you, and that'll be the end of it. But no, they sent me to rehab, which was a very kind of forward American way of thinking at the time.
But you were quite a bit of a, you know, a special person on the show.
Yeah, well,
you weren't a fill-in character.
No, I think they saw something they.
The housewife's favourite, I might even say.
They thought they weren't going to cut me adrift, and that was good. And so I did. You know, I just did what was suggested, because I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah,
there was no
other option.
There was no other way around it. You know, if you know, like it says, you know, if you could find an easier, softer
option,
but there wasn't. You know, I just had to do it. And I'm glad I did, you know. And then I started to get something out of it, and I changed. I started to change.
Did you feel different inside?
Yeah, I felt a lot happier. I felt a lot.
Probably enjoyed your kids more, right?
At peace. Well, we didn't have the kids then.
Oh, right. This is before they were born. Wow.
Yeah.
So they've probably never seen you drink.
No.
What a wonderful thing.
No, they've never seen me drink.
That's fantastic.
So we didn't have the children then. And then 5 years later, or 4, maybe 3 years, and then the first baby came along, and 2 years later another one, and they've never seen me drink, and they're very, you know, very switched on kids now, not because we've forced them into recovery, they're just around it. And we're very open with them, you know. We're not going to say to them, you know, you can't do this.
No,
you mustn't take drugs, you must not drink. That's never going to work. What we do say is, well, look, if you get into trouble with this, there's an answer.
Oh, that's such a progressive viewpoint.
Well, is it progressive, or is it just
a lot of
grown up?
Well, I agree with you because I think the minute you say to a teenager, if someone said to me, "You better not do that," that's the first thing I'll be off. What do you mean?
I wish it was as clever as if we could say it's kind of that psychology, it's reverse psychology. But
no, but it's quite progressive. I mean,
it's just
they're going to do it anyway. Find their own way.
Do it right. Just let us know what you're doing. Let me know where you are, and if you're in trouble, ring me.
Yeah, as long as you're safe.
Yeah,
and you come home in the night,
and that's all you can do. Really.
Yeah, they've got to find their own way.
And it pays dividends because they come home and they go, "Dad, I saw someone tonight that was awful." I go, "Okay."
Yeah.
So,
and they're learning themselves.
So, yeah. So it's good, and they're very switched on kids.
And so, recovery-wise, how do you keep it fresh, or do you not? Are you at the point now where you don't need to work so hard at
it? I think you have to. I try not to. I try not to analyse it too much, and I find the longer I've been sober, the less I know sometimes. You know.
Oh wow! So you remain teachable.
Yeah. I go, wow. That is it, as in everything. A lot of things. The old in my profession as an actor, the longer I'm an actor, the less I know about acting. It's strange because I look at kids coming through and I'm going, that's amazing. Yeah. How do you do that?
What, another
performer, yeah, who's 18 years of age.
Really?
Wow, that is cool. Yeah,
wow.
And so I never let myself. I never know it all. Not about acting, not about recovery. I know what. Yeah. I'm not an expert in alcohol. I'm an expert in my alcoholism, right? And I know how to keep myself safe. And I know know that when I'm getting sort of twitchy, when I can't settle, when the telly drives me mad. Someone's on the radio talking bollocks, and I don't want your opinion. I just want you to play records.
Yeah.
You're a disc jockey. I don't want to know. And that kind of go.
Can you feel yourself thinking, "Oh, I've got my stinking thinking coming on." My old kind of.
Yeah. I just get cross.
How do you remedy that? How do you deal with that?
I get to a meeting. I sit there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But and as I say, it's to get to a meeting because I've forgotten what it's like. And when I see a newcomer, then I go, "Oh yeah, I do remember now." Yeah. And it's a blessing and a curse. Yeah. Sometimes it's a blessing because I just don't. It doesn't cross my mind. Sometimes I tell you, I fancy a pint sometimes, like on a Christmas Day lunch in the pub for some reason.
That's the one you missed.
That's the one I thought, it'd be great to go down the pub now. On a Christmas Day lunch, not the mad Friday nights.
No. The civilised.
Civilised
pint.
That's it.
It would start that
selective.
way.
It's selective, isn't it? I did love the pub though. I mean, I used to enjoy it.
Especially being a Manc, because
the
pub. My dad's a Manc, and I grew up quite a bit in Manchester, and the pub was an integral part of family life.
Absolutely,
Dad went to work, then he went to the pub, then he came home for tea.
Yeah. The crack was great, and it was very funny, and I used to enjoy that. And you get all sorts of advice. You get legal advice.
Drunken legal advice.
You get how to fix your car. You get all kinds of mad stuff happening in the pub.
How to deal with your wife.
Yeah, but I don't think pubs are like that anymore.
No.
I don't think when I
they used to be hubs of the community, didn't they?
Yeah, they
literally did.
And it was always fun.
If you moved to a new area, you could go to the pub and
you get to know everybody.
But a couple of nights at the pub,
it's changed now. But that's the time. Christmas Day lunch, and sometimes when I'm watching a footy, I'm going to the football. That's when it crosses my mind. Otherwise, certainly not after a show, where it used to be my big drinking time. Some places I get a bit twitchy. I was in Dublin recently. I did a lot of drinking in Dublin, and I get a bit. But a lot of that, I think, is the damage that I did. I don't think it's me wanting another pint. It's just like, oh God, I remember when I was here last. Oh God.
Geez.
Those things. I still get a lot of them. And that's a disease. And it's there. It's when you hear a snatch of song on the radio or something on the telly, a film comes on, and you go, I remember when this came out, I was so drunk, and some of the things I did, and it's all that regret. But that's normal.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
part of the journey.
It is. It's normal.
But I guess it's with the sober kind of maturity.
Yeah.
You start to understand.
Yeah, I understand. And the thing is, the gaps in between are getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing. It used to be pretty much every 25 minutes I'll be going, oh God, I did that. I feel so stupid. Yeah. I feel embarrassed, ashamed.
But there's quite a lot of actors and performers now who are sober, like quite well-known pop stars.
Absolutely. It's the new rock and roll.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. I saw an interview with one guy, and he said when we're planning a tour, it's quite a big band, he said, my manager makes sure there's a meeting in every tour.
Yeah.
And every night before the show, I go to a meeting, and the journalist said, "Oh, why is that?" And he said, "Well, I've got to put as much effort into staying sober as I did partying."
Yeah.
And he said, "Trust me, I put a lot of effort into partying."
Yeah. Well, it's wise. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, especially on the tour, I suppose.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I look after myself on the tour. Make sure I get plenty of sleep. Eat well. Sleep is the one. Because for me, I have to make sure I'm rested, and when I'm on the ship, everyone gets drunk on cruises.
Yeah, that's what they do,
and that's cool. I've got no truck with it because booze wasn't the enemy. It was I was.
Yeah.
It was just me and booze together were not a good combination. And I quite enjoy watching people have a good time.
Yeah,
because they're doing it the right way. And I enjoy that.
They know when to go.
But then I just leave it alone.
Yeah, I always thought it must be very difficult for alcoholics because, like in Europe, every petrol station to go to the cashier, you got to pass rows of vodka, rows of beers, ice cold beer, and I thought, wow,
Yeah, but it's a bridge to normal living, isn't it? I mean, that's never going to change.
No.
I mean, they spend thousands and millions on adverts trying to make a pint of Guinness look good, and they do it, and they do it really well.
And it does look good. But
yeah. But I mean, so that's life, isn't it? You just got to put up with that.
That's true. Isn't it?
But,
and what about for you, career-wise? Do you prefer performing on the boards now, or would you like to get into more?
I prefer showing off. I like showing.
You like
wherever it is. Do Panto, which is great fun.
Yeah. You've done a few of those.
I love Panto. Panto's great.
Yeah.
And it's not just. And again, it's it predates Shakespeare. It's rooted in comedy dell'arte. It's a real skill, and like most things that Britain does, if we do it, I know it's not very good, But the thing is, it's a real art.
Oh yeah.
It has its own
it is.
It's got its own language.
Yanks don't get it, do they?
No,
they don't get it.
No, the thing is, they all bang on about RuPaul. Hang on, we've been dressing up as women for years. Even
it's behind you.
Shakespearean, all the ladies were played by boys. Before that, it's a funny man in a dress. Not, but what not that I'm decrying RuPaul. It's slightly different. That's drags. It's a different thing, but
it's hamming it up.
But that the essence of it is the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's good. So, you reckon you might go on the ship again, or
don't know yet? Yeah. I'm home from this long tour. I did Panto I started that in November, and then I went right through on tour, so I finished that about 2 weeks ago. So as of yet, I do not know.
That it's so hard on the family, isn't it? Because you're away. Normal people go to work in the office. You're away Manchester, Liverpool, Scotland, Ireland, America.
But my kids, when they were little, though, I mean, they had a ball. They came with us everywhere.
Oh, right.
So they got to fly in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They got to meet all the princesses in the Pantos. They've been in theatres.
Oh, they probably love it, isn't it?
They kind of they were brought up in theatre dressing rooms, and with recovery as well. So they've had the best of kind of everything, and it stood to me. I mean, they know that's the game. And when we have family time, we go to nice places. We have a good time, and it kind of balances out.
And do you get a chance to? I mean, do people ever come across your path who ask, I know you're sober, Kevin. Like, could you help
happens
me?
A lot.
Does it?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Because I don't bore people to death with it. I don't go, hello, I'm Kevin. I'm an addict. Alcoholic. I'm gay. People know my story. I don't say anything. I don't promote it as in vocally.
Yeah.
I think I promote it in the way I try and behave.
I was going to say your example, isn't it? And
I just try to, I don't let and the thing is, it's hard for people now. There's so much different pressures on us, and people putting labels on you, ADHD and this, that, and the other, and people, they succumb to these pressures, and I think I've got this, I think I've got that, and maybe they have, but you just got to, chill out. The greatest thing is, a day at a time, and in everything. Sometimes,
yeah, true that.
Yeah,
it's easy to sit and worry about the future, and
I'm the world's worst, mate. I'm good at it, but I try not to be.
Especially with the state of the world at the moment.
Well, that's it. But all you got to do is keep sober, keep clean, keep doing what you do, and don't worry about the rest of it. That'll take care of itself one way or the other. Keep your
side of the street clean, isn't it, they say?
Exactly. That's all you can do.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I wish I could sit here and tell you that I do that all the time, but I don't. I do. I go off on one when I get out cross and angry, and especially because I travel the world and I see the attitude of certain people or certain nations and the way they react to things. I'm going, I go, well, no, it's nothing to do with you, Kev. Just go and play your guitar.
I like that. Speaking of guitars, you've been to that Sun Studio, haven't
I
you?
have, Sun Studio.
That's in Memphis, is it not?
Yeah, well, it was an odd one. It's a very long and boring story, but
we want to hear a bit.
I'll cut it down.
Go on.
I sent a demo down to Simon Cowell before he was God.
The enemy.
Before he was kind of ruled everything. And he signed me to BMG.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was a long. I went down and he went, "Oh, it's you," and because I didn't tell him it was me, and he signed me.
Yeah.
So I just.
What was he like?
He was fine. He's
right?
a nice man.
Yeah.
He's very good at what he does. He knows how to sell records. Right. He's brilliant.
He knows what sells.
And he's a nice guy. You know. It's a bit of a persona he puts on, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, he signed me to BMG, and Arista had a single called Bulldog Nation, which did all right. In a mostly dance-led chart. It was a guitar tune, which led to me being signed by Warner Brothers in New Zealand, of all places. I ended up going to New Zealand, and I played right across New Zealand. And then
were you a new entity, or they?
No, they knew you from Corrie. So that was good. And then I got invited to play in America, and I played at the River Fest in Arkansas or Arkansas.
Arkansas. It looks like Arkansas, doesn't it?
It's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Little Rock Festival.
Wow.
So I played there. From there, I ended up in Memphis. I played on Beale Street. Which was a great experience. I also played at Morgan Freeman's blues club in Mississippi called Ground Zero.
Wow!
And while I was in Memphis, I went to the Sun Studios.
And this is the place where
it all happened.
Yeah, rock and roll started.
Yeah, and it's not much bigger than this room. And he said, we're going to do a tour now.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the room is a microphone, an old style microphone.
Yeah.
And what he does, he plays the outtakes, so you close your eyes and you can hear Elvis singing a song
from the top again.
Bert, it was just amazing. It was amazing. So I've been there a couple of times. So it was great. So that was basically my music kind of. I had another band as well called A Bunch of Thieves when I was drinking, and we were just a really hard drinking country band.
Yeah,
and we played the Main Fiddler. We played the Reading Festival. So what happened after with this Simon Cowell stuff was a natural progression of that, but without the drink.
Wow.
So,
because I mean, out of Manchester, obviously there's been the Happy Mondays, it's Spiral Carpet. I mean, could reel them off for hours. The Smiths, obviously. Yeah. Did you have to make a choice in your career and profession? Could you know?
Well, I was always interested in the spoken word and very much interested in live performance. And the power of theatre, and it is a very powerful thing to be involved in. It's music, so and it's storytelling at the end of the day. I mean, I must, the Irish part of me, from my parents and aunties and uncles, was storytelling, whether that be on stage, in a song, on film, on a radio. It's just storytelling. and I really enjoy
It's an
that.
art, isn't it?
I just enjoy it.
Yeah,
I enjoy that. I enjoy it. And it is an art where you can take an audience on a journey. And
Well, the Pogues, Christmas Fairy Tale of New York.
Yeah.
It's a whole story in 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
And everyone knows the words. It's
I love all that. And I enjoy that process, and that's all I can do, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. It must have been interesting for you to see you as you progressed in your acting career. Obviously, Johnny Marr and the Smiths, worldwide fame. I was living in the States in 87, 88 when they were massive.
Yeah.
Filling out the Rose Bowl. I mean, I love Morrissey. I think he's great even as an independent on his own. But it must have been,
Yeah, it was a mad time.
It's like the Brit Pack.
Yeah,
the
there was a
Manc
lot.
Pack.
There was a lot going on there, and then the Oasis boys came through.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've met them all, but the thing we talk about mostly is Manchester City.
Yeah, you're City
we
fans,
avoid
aren't you?
that. It's an odd one, isn't it? Because I sat next to, I think it was Noel or Liam in at the game, and we didn't talk about.
Really? Well, I suppose you were there as fans, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going. Look at that. Oh,
what a twat!
Yeah, it's a great leveler.
Soft Southern prick.
It's a great leveler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
I did a
isn't it?
movie with the guy, your man from Titanic.
Leonardo.
No. What was his name? Forgot his name. Oh God, he played the big handsome guy. The guy who had the necklace and she robbed it out of his pocket. I forgot his name.
God, I can't. Yeah.
I did a film with him. I've forgotten his name. He's a great, lovely guy. And I was sat talking to him. It was during COVID times. We had to go. We were scheduled together to go for our COVID test. I mean, he's a big star. Big. Like,
was this here in the UK?
No, it was in Romania.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What's his name?
Trying to think.
Billy Zane.
Oh, Billy Zane. Right. Yeah.
And
that's right.
And he, he's a massive star. And I'm sat next to him. We was having a chat, and it turns out he'd stayed in Manchester for a while. He was filming, and he lived in the same apartment block as some of the City players. So he'd gone down to watch City. So there you are. So there's me and this A-lister on our way to have our COVID jabs, and we're talking about football.
Yeah,
football is a great leveler wherever you go in the world. Sport, any sport, really. Anything that you should. It's good though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good. It is good.
There's something in common.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, Kevin, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I could eventually get down to it. I'm
so glad you said yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
So that was good. And we normally end it with me coming around and give you a little hug.
Oh, no worries,
Don't know why, it's just a tradition.
Yeah.
There we are. We'll get a little shot. Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Very cool. We'll get a little customary picture.